biologist. I haven't studied this. I don't know.
You don't know whether what all this boils down to, Congress passed a bill called the religious. Well, let's talk a little bit about viability. The line that was drawn for pre-viability and post-viability analysis by the courts. What does viability mean when it comes to an unborn child, in your understanding?
Senator, I hesitate to speculate. I know that it is a point in time that the court has identified in terms of when the standards that apply to regulation of the right.
Priority under the Constitution than others.
Freedom is a core foundational constitutional right.
What is the limitation that you understand that was pronounced in Roe versus Wade and Casey when it comes to a right to terminate an abortion? What are the limitations under current law?
Under current law, as I understand it, there are limitations in so far as there can be regulation of that right pre-viability unless the regulation imposes an undue burden on the exercise of the right. And there can be regulation after viability, as long as there's exception for the health and I think maybe life of the mother.
Short period of time I have remaining, let me just revisit with. Are you familiar with the Supreme Court's decision in the Heller case?
I am.
And that was a decision by the United States Supreme Court that recognized the individual right to keep and bear arms under the Second Amendment, correct?
Yes.
Is that a precedent of the court?
It is.
And you would respect that precedent?
Yes, Senator. All precedents of the Supreme Court have to be respected.
Yesterday, with regard to free exercise of religion, do you agree with me that it's important to accommodate the sincerely held religious beliefs of all Americans when it comes to legislation that the Congress may pass?
Thank you, Senator. Religious freedom is a core foundational constitutional right. It's in the First Amendment of the Constitution and reflects the Founding Fathers' understanding of this country as being one that is based on, in large part, the idea of pluralism, the idea that people can come and have sincerely held religious beliefs and practice them without persecution. That's part of the foundation of our government and the amendment that you're discussing. And as a result, that right is protected in many ways. You mentioned the Religious Freedom Restoration Act.
Right.
Congress has enacted a statute that, when it comes to federal regulation, if there's a substantial burden placed on religion, then the strict scrutiny standard applies.
I agree. Or contraception coverage?
I am not aware of that, Senator.
Well, I guess what